Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, April 13th. Quite an interesting weather pattern over the next few days here in the Mid-Atlantic region. We'll have a big warm-up for today and tomorrow in the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City corridor. Many areas will hit the 80-degree mark this afternoon and perhaps again on Saturday afternoon. At the same time, temperatures climb up to near 80 degrees on Saturday. Much colder air will start to move from the northeast to the southwest down along the northeast U.S. coastline. Anybody that has lived in the northeast U.S. for a long time knows about backdoor cold fronts. The conventional cold front moves in from the west to the east in this part of the country, but every once in a while, especially this time of the year, we get backdoor cold fronts and the low-level winds can suddenly shift from southwest to northeast, and given the fact that the western Atlantic is still very cold this time of the year, temperatures can change dramatically in a short period of time. In fact, it looks like it'll go from the 70s to perhaps the 30s between Saturday and Sunday, for example, in New York City. Much cooler in Philadelphia as well. A little bit less dramatic of a cool down in D.C., but that'll happen there as well on Sunday. I want to start off with the high-resolution NAM model. This is a 12-kilometer version. It's a higher resolution than the GFS model, and I think it captures well this kind of a small-scale event of this backdoor cold front. What we're looking at here is surface temperatures as depicted, as predicted by the 6Z NAM model for tomorrow afternoon. This is Saturday afternoon. And first of all, notice here quite warm conditions, well up in the 70s across D.C., Philadelphia, and even into New York City region, quite warm indeed. But look at all this cold air. Basically what it will do is slide down the northeast U.S. coastline in this fashion, and we'll just push through in hourly increments and watch this, the green here, push down from the northeast to the southwest as that backdoor cold front slides through the region. Let's start this in motion right now and just watch what happens here. Again, this is the high-resolution NAM model. The GFS doesn't quite have quite as dramatic of a cool down here, but I favor the NAM model in this particular mesoscale type event. And here we go from early tomorrow afternoon. Just watch the greens pour down the coastline here. And here we go. Temperatures now dropping in the Philadelphia metro region. And then by early Sunday morning, that cooler air starts to push into the D.C. metro region. There can be a time on Sunday where it's in the 50s in the northern suburbs of D.C. and in the 70s south of the District of Columbia, with that backdoor cold front, again, sliding from the northeast to the southwest with some dramatically colder temperatures. This is very cold air for this time of the year up along New England. In fact, it could be some record low-high temperatures on Sunday in places like Boston, given this very cold air mass for this time of the year that, again, will be sliding down the northeast U.S. coastline from Saturday into Sunday, and it'll cause dramatic changes in temperatures in the I-95 corridor by Sunday. Let's now go to the surface mass from, again, the higher resolution model here. This is the 12-kilometer version of the NAM model. We'll start this morning, Friday morning, and just push through first in hourly increments and ultimately in 3-hour increments. First of all, large-scale storm system out over the Central Plains. Severe weather possibility today from the southern plains into the south-central U.S. in this region right in here. All that shifts eastward into the Tennessee and Ohio valleys for Saturday and then to the East Coast on Sunday. This looks like probably the most widespread severe weather outbreak we've had all year, both today and tomorrow. And it really looks like it'll begin a pattern over the next month or a month and a half or so of featuring numerous severe weather outbreaks. We have an active weather pattern, this time of the year with cold air still to the north and warm, humid air pushing out of the Gulf of Mexico, and we could have numerous severe weather outbreaks over the next 4 to 6 weeks or so. So let's keep moving forward here. And one thing that we'll notice here now, here we are late today. Very nice day. There are some clouds around this morning in the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City region, maybe even a sprinkle or two. They'll go away by the middle part of the day, and sunshine should rule this afternoon with a a stiff breeze out of the southwest, and temperatures climbing to the 80-degree mark. And here we go. Lots of cold air starting to build up across south central Canada by later on tonight, and all that's anchored by strong high pressure that starts to edge in to the southeastern part of Canada. Notice lots of blues and purples showing up along the northern tier of the country and into northern New England by early tomorrow. That is snow and or ice. And here we go. High pressure now by tomorrow morning edging into New England. And again, tomorrow looks like a warm day, especially in D.C. and Philadelphia. It starts off warm in New York City. They could actually see a cool down beginning late in the day tomorrow. And here we go, by tomorrow afternoon now, cold air already dropping southward gradually through upstate New York and New England, even some frozen precipitation. Temperatures by this time late tomorrow will be dramatically colder in Boston compared to today. The cool down will begin late in the day tomorrow, but more likely tomorrow night in New York City, and then by Sunday morning in Philadelphia, and during the day on Sunday in D.C. And here we go. By late tomorrow night, early Sunday morning, frozen precipitation throughout New England at this time. And notice the isobar pattern right here with kind of a curvature feature here. Let me just draw that pattern here. This kind of a pattern here in the isobar feature showing up by early Sunday morning is really an indication of that backdoor cold front pushing down from the northeast to the southwest. So that's a good indication that it'll definitely be a dramatic cool down in New York City and Philadelphia, perhaps even D.C. During the day on Sunday. All right, let's keep moving forward here. Now notice also this line associated with the cold frontal system out over the Ohio Valley early Sunday. There certainly can be some light rain or drizzle during the day on Sunday, especially from Philadelphia north and east. Kind of typical with a northeast ocean flow of air. And let's keep moving forward as we'll watch that more conventional cold front that slides from the west to the east. Now, one other thing I want to point out here is we still have warm air in this region here during the day on Saturday, but basically we have cold air coming in from the north and east and cold air pressing in from the west to the east. This atmospheric squeeze play will certainly replace the warm air that will be in place tomorrow afternoon, today and tomorrow in the I-95 corridor. It really has it's a losing battle for the warm air when you have cold air, which is denser, coming in from the northeast and ultimately coming in from the west. That warm air will certainly lose out to the advancing cold air. So let's keep moving forward. Here we are now, later Sunday afternoon, already a dramatic cool down at this time in the Philadelphia metro region, and temperatures could very well be dropping at this time in D.C. And again, there may very well be a time on Sunday where temperatures are up or only in the 50s in Montgomery County, Maryland, for example, but in the 70s in the Virginia suburb south of the District of Columbia. But here we go. This is the next big event, a heavy rain event with possible strong thunderstorms, basically later Sunday night into Monday morning in the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City corridor. All that associated with the more conventional west to east moving cold front. Here we are by very early Monday morning. This rain could come down so hard it could have an impact in some parts of the I-95 corridor on the Monday morning commute. But here we go, a line here associated with that cold front early Monday morning. And again, that could have some strong thunderstorms associated with it. Still, continuation of the threat of heavy rain through the morning hours in much of the I-95 corridor, maybe even some strong thunderstorms. The winds will pick up after that frontal passage. It turns much cooler, and by Tuesday, we'll be back to way below normal in the Mid-Atlantic region, perhaps holding in the upper 40s for highs north of the Mason-Dixon line Tuesday afternoon, way below normal. So a lot going on over the next few days. Very warm today and tomorrow. A very strong backdoor cold front brings a dramatic cool down for Sunday. Sunday itself could have some light rain or drizzle accompanied with those much cooler temperatures. Winds will shift from the southwest to the northeast. Once you experience that wind shift, you'll experience the cool down in temperatures as well. Again, first starting in Boston, then New York, then Philadelphia, and ultimately in D.C. Then the more conventional cold front moves from west to east, produces a heavy rain event in this area from later Sunday night into Monday morning. Some areas could end up with more than 2 inches of rain by the time midday Monday rolls around, and then much colder than normal by Tuesday. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.